anyone that faces the idea that, oh, I've got a habit that I need to change, or I need to work on this, whether it's addiction or weight or gambling. I think the huge part that I can't commend you enough for is the acknowledgement. Someone once told me a long time ago, you can't do something about something that doesn't exist. So not to encourage you too much right away, but if you honestly are looking at yourself and saying, oh, I got this bad habit, just acknowledging the simple fact that you have something that has room for improvement is huge, because so many people are truly, and actually they're in denial. They can't even admit that there's something, whether it's excessive drinking, if it's gambling, spending money, whatever. There's so many things that it can be. So I just want to commend you right away that if you're acknowledging you have a problem, or you have a habit, or you have something that has room for improvement, yay, that's huge. I'm proud of you. But the point is, how do we go about it? And I'm only sharing my experience, what I've seen in other people. So first of all, I know there's this, for everyone and everything in the world, there's fear of change. And what they've taught me since I was a young man is fear of the unknown. That's why people fear change, because they're afraid of the unknown. They don't know what it is or what it's going to be like. So a lot of times that is kind of against us before we even get started. But my experience again shows that people that don't try and put everything on them at once. Sometimes I'll meet these hardcore people and they'll say, oh, I needed to work on my weight, and I started going to the gym, and I went to the gym every day, 7 days a week, like 2 hours every day. That's a very small number, people like that. But what I do see with people that are successful with changing a habit is that they start slow. Like, instead of being burdened and overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I got to go to there every day, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'll never get there. It's so much, that we just start slow. I've had a friend once that told me, oh, I got to lose 50 pounds. Hey, let's lose 2 pounds. Let's calm down. Let's start slow. And that losing a little bit of weight at a time, or, hey, I can't ever drink again. In recovery, we learn about, well, how about we just stop drinking for today? It's almost like they trick us into it. Let's make it through today. And then day after day, it starts to continue to add up, and it becomes a period of time. But don't overwhelm yourself. I think when we have a habit or something, it's carried us so long and been so heavy, to think that we're just going to abolish it in a day and it's going to magically disappear is a little unrealistic. And that can set us up. And then if we fail, it makes it harder to return to it again. So I can only suggest and recommend from experience with addictions, food, gambling, money, with people that I've dealt with that situation, is do a little bit at a time. If it's a weight thing, maybe how about just walk to the mailbox and back? You don't have to run a marathon. If it's in recovery, we always say, again, how about we just stay sober today? If it's money, how about cutting a few corners or cutting a few things out of the budget? But just minimize it, so it's not so extensive and so heavy.